Welcome back to My Spiritual Experience with your host, Brother Sadiq. Today we have in the house our special guest, Brian Williams, also known as B Nasty.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, brother?
Nothing much, man. Appreciate you inviting me on your platform, man. I appreciate it, man.
I'm glad to have you. As you know, and this is what I say every time I have a guest, it's very much an honor for me to have guests and people brave enough and confident enough to talk about their spiritual experience. As you know, this entire show is about the everyday man and his experiences with spirituality and how it relates to him and how it relates to all of us. My idea is that the more we talk about these things, the more we bring them out of the closet, the less we fear them. Fear seems to be a big theme in these times, and I think us sharing these types of things will make us more amicable to our spiritual selves. So this is my effort, and today we have, like I said, our special guest, Be Nasty, in the house.
Hey, man, I like how you worded that, man. We do need to start more dialogue, and I couldn't wait to get this off my chest. Really, I'm just happy to be here so I could just share what I've been going through. I know everybody go through what they go through, but for the past 10 years, I've been trying to dive deeper into spirituality, so that we can do it, man. Yep.
Very, very, very good. This is sounding like a good intro to what we're about to do here. And what I do generally in all of my conversations about spirituality is ask the brothers and the sisters, like, what was your first experience recognizing that something is going on outside of what they told you that everyday life is? What was your first spiritual experience?
Well, my first spiritual experience, uh, I guess I'll start off by saying I wasn't never, I wasn't really raised in the church like that per se. Like we did kind of what everybody. Well, I don't want to say everybody. I don't know what everybody else did, but I probably went to church. Say out of the 6 months, I probably went to church probably like once or twice, like every 6 months, probably Easter. But I'll say my first experience with like religion and spirituality, I guess it was like I remember I went to church. It was like Easter. I think it was an Easter Sunday. I don't know what year it was, but yeah, but I just start off by saying I was always kind of just skeptical about everything. It was just the first thing I saw was a big white Jesus on the window, and the first thing
at the church,
so that's the first thing I can remember was who is this guy, and I think I asked somebody like who is it? They was like that's Jesus. I'm like that's Jesus, you know what I'm saying? That was my first thing. That's Jesus. That's supposed to be. I like and I'm in the middle of the hood too. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think I was in East Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Maryville, Gary, and Northwest Indiana. You know what I'm saying? But I think the church was in East Chicago, I believe.
Okay.
And, there weren't too many white people out there. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying? And that's the first thing I remember. I seen the big white Jesus on the thing. And it was like, that's Jesus. So I was always kind of just skeptical from that point.
Yeah.
On, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you, but that is not at all uncommon for a child, right? And the youth in our community. You know what I mean? Like you said, that's him.
Right.
When you I've been hearing about this dude for years. That's him.
That's who everybody praying to too. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just had to take a step. I took a step back,
right?
And then I'm watching everybody hoop and holler. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the preacher. I said when I went down, you know, I'm looking. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
How old were you? I'm sorry. How old were you?
How old was I, man? I had to be about 4, 5.
Okay. 5 years old.
This is what I can remember. This is my first. So this is what I can remember.
Yeah, 5 years old.
So around that time.
Okay. That makes sense.
Up, everybody buying suits. I'm like, why? I ain't had a suit all year. And I'm like,
what is this event?
We doing?
Right.
Right.
What is this event about? Right.
And then I remember that if you want to talk about spirituality, so I that was the first time I seen somebody catch the Holy Ghost.
That day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. I didn't know what it was.
Of course.
I said it was an older lady, and I'm sitting there, and all I heard was ah. She jump up, crying, screaming, ah! And she get to speaking in tongues. Like I didn't know what tongues was. All I heard was
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't want to mimic that. You
Yeah,
know
of course. Yeah, like
you know, I don't even want to touch that.
you 5 years old. It's just babbling at that point. Like,
That's
yeah,
what I'm thinking.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
And she running
so
around the church.
it sounds like your whole initial experience with, we're gonna say religion.
That's not spirituality.
Yes, thank you.
That's
we
not
agree.
Yeah,
your first encounter with religion was a little shocking.
Very. Very.
Like, who is this dude?
And
what is she doing? Why we dressed like this? Yeah, I get you.
I couldn't put it together.
It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, and so did you? What was the explanation from? So I'm not saying, we 5-year-old, we may not have the wherewithal to go and question our mom or our dad and say, what is this?
No,
what is this about?
I had a lot of questions.
So you did ask?
I asked everybody.
I love it. I love it, because that's when you see this cat who they say is Jesus, that should be the natural instinct.
But you know,
to be wondering, question. That should be natural, like a detective.
Who, what, where, when, how? I'm asking questions.
God bless you, young man. Go ahead. Let's hear what. I'm sorry.
It was kind of like shunned upon. Like I wasn't supposed to be asking questions. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us the story, sir. You asked mom. You asked dad. Who you asked?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Okay.
But I can't remember. I remember I asked an actual preacher one time.
Okay.
You know, and the preacher just pretty much told me this was what I got out of him.
Okay.
Have faith. Didn't cut it for me.
Have faith. What was the question?
The question was, this was after I was much older after this when I really started asking questions. So I guess you asking me when I was little, or when I kind of
let's stay with the mom dad first, because that's your first shocking experience,
right?
And then what did they give you for that energy? Like you fucked up, obviously. I'm sorry, you're confused, ain't me? You know what I'm saying? Confused. My guests know how I talk. I'm from Detroit.
So this might be a slightly different episode, but hey, we
that's what we need. You know like I said, it's everyday people, baby.
Yeah. So, but I didn't get too much out of my parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much just said, "This is my biggest fear was going to hell." Okay, I'm just saying they pretty much said, "You got to do this, you got to believe in this, or else you're going to hell." You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So pretty much, I felt fear into believing in religion because it's not spirituality yet. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I love this episode. Let me tell you why. Because your story relates to more people than you know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I came on your platform just to keep it honest and real.
100%. And I love it, bro. You know I love it 100% because your story gonna relate to way more people than my story, because I've been chasing religion and spirituality and these kind of aspects of life for so long that people be like, well, that he talking about stuff that's, my sister say, like sci-fi, like sci-fi, that's science fiction, bro. Ain't nobody on that level of thinking.
Right.
But us having this conversation is going to be beautiful for anybody who watch it, bro, because this is where it all starts.
Right.
Yeah, this is where it starts. It starts with the fear that your parents give you, society give you of going to hell. It starts with the confusion, and this is a beautiful breakdown, bro. I'm loving it.
And now you want to figure it out for yourself. Because I swear the past 10 years, I was like, okay, let me figure this out for myself. And now it eventually evolved into spirituality. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's where we at with it.
Yes, sir. So I want to go back, though. I want to go back because you mentioned, I had a conversation with a preacher.
Right.
I was about 14. Because when I was a young man, my mom used to send me, I grew up in Detroit, my mom used to send me to Evansville with my aunt.
Right.
She's deep into the church. I'm talking about like 4-5 times a week. They go to all of the Bible study and choir practice. Yeah, so you in that mug 4-5 times a week. Right. So in the summer, moms would send me down there. So I ain't in the hood with the cats with idle time. Idle time in the hood, you doing things. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they say. That's
the devil's playground. Right. So moms knew that, and so she had sent me out there with my auntie, the church lady, which I ain't mind. So she had a garden. We used to go down to the lake. So she liked nature like I did. So I was cool with it. And She go to church so much, you finally listen to the man. What are you talking about, man? What you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You hear the preacher always talk. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Right.
You gonna listen? Finally I'm gonna listen. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. He talking about and he talking about Jesus and flipping over tables, and so Jesus sounded to me like he understand my position as a black man in America and injustice and justice and balance and fairness and equality. So I'm like, I'm digging Jesus, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm digging Jesus. So the next year I go to, I go every summer. Next year I'm like, I'm getting baptized, bro. I'm fired up. I want to get baptized. So I get baptized. But after I get baptized, I asked the preacher about some things that I'm reading in the Bible that didn't settle with me. And in this very beginning, and I couldn't remember what it was, but I'm so glad we having this conversation because I remember what it is now. In the very beginning of the Bible, it talks about in those days there were giants in the land.
Right.
And this is like the very beginning of the book.
Right.
And you go ask about that, and the preacher man ain't got many words for you.
Right.
And I got the same thing you got, have faith, right?
Faith.
But I didn't get have faith because I kept pressing with the questions. I'm 14, right? I'm older. I wasn't 5. I was 14. So I'm like, oh man, that don't make sense. Whatever what I'm saying. He like, you ain't supposed to question God. He turned it around like you said.
It's shunned upon. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, so I understand exactly where that happened because it happened to me, bro. And that's what it do. It leads you on your own quest to know, bro. If God real, he got to know that I'm asking and I wonder and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't like the fear of migraine. You know what I'm saying?
It's not good, bro. It's not healthy, and it's sad because this is something I talk about like everybody in the West. I try to, I ain't trying to be all flossy. I'm just saying I've been looking at since I was about 17. What the hell happened to black people? And what happened to, so it makes you look at a bigger picture scenario other than just your own, right? And then you see the society, right? And when you see this, the West is taught that you are born sinners. All I'm talking about, damn near Europe, America, all these countries of the West, what they call the West in the news, and you hear all that kind of shit.
Right.
All these motherfuckers are taught that they are born sinners. So you started out a piece of shit. Right. And you got to figure out how to get right, you piece of shit. Right. And that's a hell of a perspective to be born from, to have to fight from under, to understand that I'm really just not that. And then you see what I'm saying? You got they put a hell of a battle in the mind of the average person by doing that, bro.
That's what, I think you answered your question, because that's when I started doing my own research, because that was my first class when I went to college. Not to cut you off, just to imitate.
No, I love you. You the interviewee. I just wanted to share our likeness and story at 14 asking the preacher man.
Right, because it went from 14 to me going through high school to me getting, going to college. You know what I'm saying? My first class in college was sociology. You know what I'm saying? And that just blew my mind, really, because
the bigger picture.
It was the bigger picture. They dove into the church, and that's what, when you say what happened to black people, as far as what I can see, it started with religion. You know what I'm saying? Like, religion had to go all the way back to slavery days.
My God,
they go all the way back to slavery days.
God, I love this conversation, young man. How old are you, young man?
I just turned 40.
God bless you. I appreciate your conversation because, like I said, not only this conversation with us, I know this is what's going to be sparked in you to talk to these younger cats about too, because they need to understand this go all the way back to slavery.
This is before us, your granddaddy, your great granddaddy,
y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I've been saying, and this conversation gonna lead to all of it. This is God time right now. People don't see. People don't understand this. What I call these conversations is two gathered in His name, and it's never guided by me. It's guided by what come out the conversation, the spirit and the energy of. Yes, and what you saying is shaking me inside, bro, because these are the conversations that I be wanting to have that I cannot generally have without somebody feeling like they toes getting stepped on.
Yeah, so you got
this shit go all the way back to slavery, bro.
All the way back. Right.
I'm talking about the division of the black family. I'm talking about the man-woman war that's going on to this very fucking day in the black community.
Right.
The low consciousness in relation to the spiritual nature that we are born from.
Right.
Why they used to call us soul brother number one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We were born from faith, bro. If you come from slavery, all you have is faith. All you got is faith that if I keep doing right and keep doing good and keep doing the right thing, then God got to bless me to get something better. Something better got to keep coming to me.
That's how they get you. As far as that's what I got. Not to cut you off, but that's what I got out of that sociology class. It's like they'll promise you streets of gold, they'll promise you eternal life, everything. But right now, man, you got to work for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But after you done work for me, and after you done giving me everything and being obedient, after you do everything I done told you to do, like you better do, and after you just die and dead and go, then that's when you'll be in the streets of gold. And that's when you'll go back to glory.
My goodness.
And that's when, you know what I'm saying?
My goodness. It was, brother. It was a grand hustle, and God knows it was wrong, and its experience, in my opinion, is going to be one of the transformative links to this country's downfall, right? You can't use any level of spirituality or spiritual process in a foul way and not have it come back to you in a long, true form. So what I'm saying about that is like what they talk about karma, right? Everything comes back. You can't do a thing, what you sow, you reap. All of this is real and true, right? And so the history of this nation, the history of this country, the history of America is ingrained in the land, it's ingrained in the atmosphere, it's ingrained in the people.
Right.
Okay. And so you can't deny that justice must come to these people who have been so unjustly, treated.
Right.
It's a proven reality, right? And so my thing is this: when people talk about God and spirituality and justice and how is this fair for Black Americans and how does this relate to God, right? We got to look at things on a level of the individual soul to a degree, right? In my opinion. The reason I say that is because from the realm of what people talk about as spirit, we choose our life.
Right.
So you chose to be Black. I chose to be Black. You understand what I'm saying?
Explain it again.
People say that as a soul, before you come to this earth, you choose your life.
As a soul.
Yes. Right. That's what they say. You choose your life. You chose to be Black, a Black man. Right. I chose to be Black, a Black man. And in the spirit realm, before we came here, we knew what we were getting into. And we said, I can take that shit. I'm going to do something with that shit. I'm going to show them some shit. I'm going to be that shit. I'm going to prove that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Spirit realm, we knew that. We got here, the matrix here. And now we got to navigate it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you this because, like, I'm on my spiritual thing, but I'm gonna tell you ultimately, I started with that perspective that I'm a Black man, and so I have this dichotomy, and many Black people in America have this mental challenge within themselves. Is my spirituality related to humanity as a species, or is my spirituality and my gifts and my efforts related to my Black people who have been done this way? Knowing how my people have been done.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
So that is a challenge, yeah. Right? Because ultimately, the white man has been put in a hell of a position too, in relation to being in that position, right? Okay. So now, if we're talking about spiritually, they can say, well, I didn't do it. You can say that. But you know that the benefits and the societal expression from history to today is in your benefit.
Right.
You inherited money. Your kids had cars at 16. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You could buy college funds. You see what I'm saying? This is due to certain inherit. And it ain't all of them. Of course, that's not all of them. Right. So we've all been put into a social structure that I call the matrix that makes us go like this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It makes us go like this. But I talked to my mom then, man, and I talked to the OGs and the old heads, and they said they was poor with the white people, and they was poor right with them, and they taught some of the white folks shit, and the white folks taught them shit.
Of course.
So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all of a social structuring that is meant to be a part of the matrix that you have to overcome in order to understand your own personal place in this game.
Right.
And it's a hell of a dichotomy, especially like I said. I was talking to somebody about the other day. You a Black man. How the hell you just you can't just openly be for everybody. You got to have some sense of mental protection in the way that your people have been treated.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, we gotta treat each other better too. Like as far as that's like the black family, I think that's the nucleus of everything. And it got broken down, And I can speak personally as far as I done tried to make a black family, you know what I'm saying? And I'm catching hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yes,
catching hell.
And it's sad to say, man, but all of this shit was done to us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that is hard for me sometimes, because I see the things that we do. And the shit is negative, bro.
Very negative.
Yeah, I'm talking about the shit my brothers say, the shit my sisters say, the shit my brothers do, the shit my sisters do.
Right.
The kids are doing, how lost we are, how far from where we're supposed to be.
It makes me wonder, do Mexicans do this? Do white people do this to each other? Do other races do this to each other?
Let me tell you, something's been done to us, bro. Something's been done to us exclusively that's not been done to anyone else. And people say, oh, slavery happened to all of the people. You know what I'm saying? Slavery didn't happen to all the people the way it happened to us.
Right.
If you was a German slave, and there were German slaves, there were white slaves all throughout history. There was all different races of slaves, right?
Right.
But hardly any of them, I don't believe that any of them on the earth were done as we were. You don't know where you're from.
Right.
You don't know if you're an African or you were born as a black person in this land. If you don't know your native roots are from here, because there's an argument that there were black people here when Christopher Columbus came here. They was already here.
Right.
And he said it, they got it in journals and shit like this. This is already, so are we really from here? Because all of our history is a lie.
Right.
We know that. That's what I'm saying. All of the things that you have to detach from your thinking once you start becoming conscious of shit.
Right.
Because you realize, oh, damn, they lied about that. That was a lie. This is a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I heard I was a Cherokee Indian.
You probably were.
I think I was. Like,
this is what I'm saying.
Like my family, they was doing like the lineage and all the hereditary trees and whatnot. But the communication, I don't know. Like I can't really speak too much on it, but that's the thing as far as communication be all crossed up and wired. Don't nobody know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it was intended to be done to you, bro.
Right.
And this is the thing. Why would they say? So if you was from over here, why would they tell you from over there? The logic would be because you can't never claim this land if you from over there.
Right.
If you from Africa, then your land and your heritage is over there. You can't claim this land. But if you're from here and we tell you from over there, then you don't really know where the fuck you from. Because when you go over there, I've heard too many black people go to Africa, to different countries within the continent, and say, them people ain't never heard this story about no large slave trade of motherfuckers getting hauled off type shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there are trades of black people coming from America, going to Spain, going to other places. So these motherfuckers then lied about history, bro. We don't even know that.
Right.
And so we argue against each other. We fight about shit, and we don't, like I said, what our community is disjointed, bro. We think we Muslims, we think we Christians, we think we Jews, we think we Hebrews, we think we Indians.
We say we everything.
Because we don't know what we are. And we're the only people on the planet who are like that.
Right.
We adapt to damn near anything because there is no foundational shit to it to link you to nothing. So an Irish slave can always, after slavery, say, well, my people's heritage is this. This is what they used to eat. This is what they used to do. This is what they believe. This is what they thought.
Language.
This is what they can just reassociate themselves and get some of that DNA and shit linked back into their fucking true heritage.
Right.
They fucked us up.
Yeah.
They fucked us up, brother. We don't know where we from.
Especially with the religion, just to go back to that. And then you dump the religion on top of it. You know what
and you hear us. We Muslims, we Jews, we Hebrews, we Christians, we this, we that, we have everything. Because like you said, you dump the religion on it. But ultimately, the trick of that is that all of that shit comes from the deep African and ancient histories of spiritual reality.
Right.
Spirituality is spiritual reality.
That's like just to pivot from that a little bit, just because I evolved from thinking from a religion standpoint to what feels right to me in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? What feels right? Because I ain't gonna lie, I started reading the Bible. I feel like I'm I'm not ignorant to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
I
sir.
started because, like I say, when I was 5 years old, I kind of wanted to know more about it. So I went to like Bible vacation one time, and I started reading on my own. And but the more and more I read, like the more it kind of turned me off to it. You know, because it started sounding like green eggs and ham and Dr. Seuss. You know what I'm saying? I started hearing about people living in wells, people living until they were 500 years old. They were walking on water, turning water into wine. I started hearing about all types of shit. I'm like, hey, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not, hey, this is just me talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I started looking like, hey, he was like, Genesis threw me off from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Took 7 days, right? Let there be light. Bah! Then you go to school. I went to school too. They told me about the Big Bang Theory and stuff. They told me, hey, it was a hypothesis. They tested stuff and it was like boom, boom. And they didn't say nothing about let there be light. Wow. It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always questioned the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And then I started looking like, and then you said, what happened to black people? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we it might be this. You know what I'm saying? It might be this. You know what I'm saying? And then it just like we on some hood shit, you know what I'm saying? My favorite movie, follow me on this, you know. My favorite movie back when I was little was Menace to Society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Violent movie, everybody know that. But I think it was one part in the movie where O Dog came outside and he was like, they came out his Kane's grandparents' house and he was like, black people got too much damn religion as it is. You remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
That part always sat with me when I was little. Because mind you, that came out when I was 93. I was in 3rd grade, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know how old I was back then, but this is all while like I'm all just trying to grasp like what is religion and what is this. But when he said that part in the movie, I'm like, black people got too much damn religion as it is. I'm like, he might have a point. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm gonna say this. I don't disagree because ultimately what you're talking about is what is most valuable, and that is your personal relationship.
This is all personal to me. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what counts. The rest is just people talking shit.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if they the Christians, they the Muslims, they the Jews, they the Hindu. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Right. If I don't have no personal interpersonal feeling and relation and connection to this shit, and it's doing and moving and processing through me on some level.
And I like growing up, I tried, and I mind you,
it's Dr. Seuss.
Seuss, damn great.
Yeah, it's Dr. Seuss. So the spirituality is the living expression of these things. So let me tell you this. So what religion means is religion, right? Realigning, you know, legion, God, whatever. You realigning with God, right? But ultimately, the religions have in general been used as power tools. You know what I'm
saying? Right.
As social power tools to do they. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's used as a
politics and shit.
Man, like
you know,
it's used to direct, damn near divide. You know what I'm saying? It's used to
socially engineer society.
Right.
Yes.
And that's when I started saying, "Hey, man, this is deep."
It's this control mechanism.
A coping mechanism too.
Yes, sir.
Controlling,
yes,
coping.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir. So all of this is something that is probably argumentative for the whole fucking world to argue about, and that's in their time. But this conversation to me is telling me
this is
that
my story.
ultimately, it none of that. Because, bro, I'm telling you, I like I said, I was 14. I got baptized. I forced this dude to baptize me. And then at probably 17, I started looking at the Nation of Islam. Right. And you know, all of this is just like you said, our social engineering, our environment, right? Like, you know what I mean? You start as a Christian because that's what you see. That's what you know. That's the only thing that your mama was. Ain't nobody, too many people grew up with Muslim parents.
I was such a follower back then because I didn't even know. I thought I was Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen it, but then I thought about it, like, what? I never knew what Baptist means. Pentecostal, all that. I never knew what none of these things. Right. But if somebody told me, I was like, I'm Baptist. But then I thought about it, like, what am I saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I only said that because
that's what you heard.
That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying?
Our grandmama said. Yeah. That's what my mama said.
And then I started calling myself like a Christian at one point. Like, I'm just a Christian because I believe in Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then after a while, after I started, like I said, after I started digging deep into reading more, it kind of just turned me all the way off to it. I ain't gonna lie. And just to fast forward to when I was older, like I ended up getting, sick. You know what I mean? And I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? I never lost my life getting sick. Okay. And you know, once again, I ran to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 at this point. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really starting the person I was with. She was so deep into the church. She knew Bible verses. She knew everything. So, but she shout out to her too, because like I said, I was sick. And she took care of me, and I really think she was an angel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For real, she came and she did her thing with me. And but like I said, we reading the Bible, and I got questions for her. The same questions I got for the preachers, I got for her. You know what I'm saying? And she trying to break it down with me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, it kind of just turned me off to it. I ain't gonna lie, I just kind of at that point when I got sick, and then I started wondering like, why every time I got to get sick, why every time I go to I ain't been to jail that many times, no shit. But if I would, God forbid, get locked up or something happened to me, that's when I'm going to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's when it's like, and that's why I say it's a coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Lord forbid the house gets shot up or something happened, people go straight to the Bible like, hey, well, but if you partying and stuff, you ain't thinking about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
So let me tell you how I think spirituality works in relation to religion, because I know that society in general, and black people and America and the world in general at this point is like, fuck religion. You know what I'm saying?
That's to the point where I got to.
And yeah, it's nothing wrong
to the point where I wanted, but I knew it was something like that. I was like, to the point I got to like, I came a period like atheist at one point. Like, I don't even want to hear about God. Like, I got to that point. Like, I don't want to hear it no more.
I think that's part of the process, bro.
Right.
My dude who I interview, who's deeply spiritual now, went through the same process. He's still part of the atheist little phone link, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of that. But it's part of the process because it's a personal relationship with God, right? And so one of the things that I think is valuable, that is possible, like religion has its process to lead you. If you really, in my opinion, and I think most people who get to a certain point in their spiritual walk understand that religion has its place in the sense of leading you to understand something about God, right? Something about God, right? And then you start seeing things that you don't agree with, which generally leads you to search further, right? And so it is an avenue to open you up to recognizing that I have a spiritual relationship that is more than what the fuck this book is telling me. And so I have to go further. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you do that, you can look at it as a door opening, as an opening. But I'm not gonna lie, it can also be quite a challenge, especially from that Western perspective of the Christian thing, telling you you're a born sinner. That shit is extremely detrimental because your mind. That's what
right.
Come on, dog. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta be all that.
How you gonna do that to somebody, man, before they even get started, bro?
Yeah, I'm starting from 30
man,
yards
that shit
back
there, bro. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
How you can look at a baby and say, you're a fucking maggot piece of shit. You just came out. I know you're a fucking evil piece of shit. Come on, man. What the fuck wrong with you?
And that's where you started from.
Yeah, how you look at that baby and assume that's reality? No, bro. Somebody fucked up who said that, and y'all, the whole world, and accepted it, bro.
Right.
And that's a bad thing, because how long does it take for you to come from under the religion? First, you got to say, you got to tell your mom and them, I don't really believe this shit. What? You what? You got to, yeah, you got to go through the stuff with your family. Right. So I'm saying, it takes some courage, it takes some strength, it takes some, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to be that if you're gonna really try to be that, bro, because you got one life.
And I got tired of living a lie with my one life. You know what I'm saying? I got one life. I'm like, I ain't finna keep doing this. Like I told you, I just turned 40. I ain't finna do this for the next 20, 30, 40 years of my life. God, like
playing charades for the world.
Bruh.
Playing charades for the world. Ain't that what it seems like it's doing?
Bruh.
Like, y'all know y'all fake as hell. Y'all don't feel nothing. Y'all ain't getting no direction. You don't know about no guidance. You don't know if you really in line. You don't know nothing. You just doing what the fuck they said and keeping the show up and hoping the people say, well, he seems to be a good this, a good that, a good Christian, Muslim,
Right.
Jew, Hindu, but you know what I'm saying? You just playing the game. But there is an actual spiritual connection that people like this and people like me are having, bro, that you get because you're searching. And if what they say, I don't care. So like I said, all these little quotes in these different religions, it say, you take one step toward God, he'll take two towards you.
Right? Because that's what another thing. You'll realize a lot of things in the Bible, it will align with what you thinking anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking, like to the Bible, it seemed to me like some natural stuff happened in the world. Like didn't somebody just get ate up by a whale last week? Right? In the Bible, dog, they'll say he lived in his stomach before, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, they did. Yes,
just
they
got
did.
ate up by a whale last week.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Bruh,
I don't know what his name was.
It was like Taiwanese or something.
Right, I don't think he was Jonah, but he definitely was eaten by a motherfucking whale.
Spit right back out, right? But the Bible tells it he was in there for 30 days, 30 nights.
I got you right. It was 3 days, but I got you right.
Bro, I remember the first time I seen the moon turn red. I thought the world was finna end. I thought the moon turned to blood. I bet that happened too, right? I think the whole Bible was stuff that probably happened, but they put a little extra sauce on there, right?
Yes, sir. And this is the thing, man. I'm gonna tell you, I've had like I said, I've had some of these experiences that I've read in these books, man, in these religious books, right? So I've lived as a Muslim, I've lived as a Christian, I've studied damn near probably 6 or 7 religions deeply. If I was to say anything seems to be most logical, it's some shit you probably ain't never heard. It's called the Baha'i. But anyway, ultimately, I don't claim no religion because it's just divisive at this time, right? It's just make motherfuckers divide each other. It's just motherfuckers, oh, you believe that? Because what they think is they don't even know what people really believe in themselves. But if I know what your religion says about this,
right,
or what your religion says about that, then I can say, oh, I don't fuck with them because they believe this. I don't fuck with them because they believe this.
Divisiveness. You know, that's what I'm talking about. It just divide. You know
yeah. So, but this is a thing about spirituality and religion because we kind of got off track, but this is good. It's beautiful. You was talking about, so one of the things that's good about spirituality and religion is that you can get from religion a measure of control for society. Spirituality, and it frees society up.
Right.
It frees the individual up from society.
Right.
And so if more people were doing spirituality, you wouldn't have the control on the society like you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'd say exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, because spirituality make you feel free.
I lean more into spirituality. You know, so I try to deprogram myself to like the rules and the the fear and the everything, the manipulation and everything that comes with the religion part. Is like because I was like I want to believe there's something out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't like as far as atheists. I mean, like no, you don't believe in nothing. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Atheists, I don't want to be that.
Right.
But I don't want to be lied to neither. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, seem like I'm heartless or like I'm incompassionate to people. But like I'm on my own personal spiritual thing, especially because like my health ain't the best, and I've been going through things, and that's when I was on my last leg at one point. That's when I really dove into the Bible. But like I say, what I saw, I wasn't feeling it. And like you say, the spirituality is more how you feel. And I needed to feel connected to something. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it wasn't coming from the religion side,
So let me tell you what they did to our people by doing what they did, socially engineering us through all of this bullshit that they did. We have this perception that, all right, so I talk about, man, it's so much shit. It's almost too much to try to fucking explain, bro. I mean, it is. It can be a daunting experience to perceive the reality of what's been done to Black America to get them the way that they are.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's sometimes too much, and it'll fucking just break you down into tears, bro, because your people won't hear you no more. They don't even want to listen no more because, like, the Matrix is so real. That's more real than the spiritual shit you talking about, bro.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's definitely real too.
And the spiritual thing is what we started from. This is our beginning nature. This is who we are, bro. This is who our connection is. And this is the only thing that, in my opinion, is going to save us now. So you can, like you said, detach from the religions. right? If that's what you feel you must do, please, all of you. If you feel like you must detach from the religions, then do so necessarily. But don't detach from God. Don't detach from spirit. Don't detach from the reality that your experience is related to your internal self. Your internal self is your spiritual self. The fact that you have dreams, the fact that you wake up, you know what I mean? Come on, man. You can feel me staring at you across the street.
Yeah, you definitely feel
What the
things.
fuck is that?
Yeah, you got right. Exactly.
We all connected in spirit one way or another, whether we understand it or not. And the trick and the trap is that our mind is so trapped in survival, bro. That's what they put on us. That was the hardest thing that they put on us. Survival. Right. So you can never imagine a future or a great reality of what the possibility of why you possibly here. You don't even get time to think of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being a black man in America, you don't got time to be sitting around fantasizing about no motherfucking vision about who you might want to be.
Right.
And that is the trick. That is the ultimate trick, because just like the Matrix, the movie, the goal is to keep you thinking that you can't do nothing, that you have no power.
Right.
You are literally now just a battery for another motherfucker's company. But ultimately, you go inside, bro, and we got so many, like you said, you got to break down the programming. You said it. You got to take the programming out. And that shit is a process. It hurt. You go through sadness, you cry, you feel shit. You feel a lot. You process a lot of fucking feelings going through that, bro.
Right.
And ultimately it open you up on shit where you feel more shit than than the average cat. And when you do that, you understand that it's bigger than just you and you. So it's like this. Every motherfucker I come in contact with, I had this vision in my mind now that I'm like an orange or a lemon. Like you walk by an orange or a lemon, you can smell that motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
God energy coming off me. That's how I walk. That's my thinking, right? So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the programming. You have to reprogram your mind to think what you think about yourself versus what they told you to think about yourself. Right. And we have to, that shit ain't got nothing to do with religion, man. That got to do with you and God.
Right.
That cut all religions out and directly to spirit. Bro, I'm talking to you.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I don't know who I am. You see what I'm saying? It got to go to that level. And motherfuckers got to be comfortable saying, I'm telling you, bro, I had to go to that level.
Right.
I went to the level where, like you said, I was ready to check out. I was ready to handful of pills or pop the pull out that thing. Yeah. It's over. I'm out this month. Yeah. I've been there.
Right.
I've been there, bro. Cried like a baby. Snot bubbles. I was at the mosque. I did it in front of people. I ain't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm right. You ever been to the mosque?
I never been to the mosque.
You seen Nate? You seen Malcolm X?
I seen him, yeah.
They pray shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
I'm in that crowd.
Right.
Right. I ain't come here for y'all. Right. This for real, bro. Yeah. This the real relationship. You hear what I'm saying?
How you end up making it through that, though?
Bro?
Like, what you do after that?
I can't. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's a miracle. A miracle happened.
Right.
I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, a miracle happened. Yeah. That happened, and bro, that happened in Nap, bro. That happened in Nap. It was that. It was at that bottom. It was at the bottom. Like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. I'm trying to do right. But let me tell you what black folks got to do first. Just be good. You got to just be good. You just got to be righteous and stop nickel slicking and let me rob him for $5 and get this extra here and do. You understand what I'm saying? The nickel slick nature that we've built up because we lived in poverty and under the bottom and been scraping and scurving and living under the bottom of the fucking underbelly of the beast.
Right.
That's where we were raised from. We are from the underbelly of the beast. So our mentality was hustle, snick, whatever the fuck I got to do. But ultimately, when you realize you have spiritual nature, then you got to do what's right, regardless of what the fuck. And then you got to trust that your right is going to lead to what's right.
Right.
Sometimes it take you through harder shit. But when you go through that harder shit, it's actually making you stronger in a spiritual aspect of yourself. I applied faith here, and it showed on the other side when I came through the other side. I applied, some other spiritual aspect to this fucking problem versus saying, fuck that, I'm about to do this. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't keep resulting to fuck that I'm about to do this because that's what the world say. But your spirit know that ain't what's right. You know it, motherfucker. Yeah. And if you keep doing it, you ain't gonna never be in a line to be able to hear no more, bro. That's what the fuck we gotta do. Just do right, man. Just do right again. If we just do right again and do good and we know that. We don't need no books to tell us that. You know what good is, you know what right is. Treat your brother like you want to be treated. Treat your mother like you want to be treated. Treat that older woman like you want your mama to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All of these things, if we just go back to the fucking basics of being good people, right, then we can harmonize with that again, and then you can listen to that God person in you. Because it's in there. It's in there, but we done covered it up with layers of I'm a gangster, I'm a pimp, I'm a thug, I'm a crip, I'm a blood, I'm a Blackstone, I'm a gangster this, I'm a this. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All of these layers of bullshit. But, and what you said, we got to deprogram that shit.
Right. It get to a point, I was like, do you think that'll ever like happen? I know it ain't going to happen while we alive.
Yes, it's going to happen. Let me tell you how it's going to happen.
I'm saying like
it's gonna happen while we alive. Me and you having a conversation right now. Let me tell you why it's gonna happen while we alive.
Because this got to spread.
Like, what we gonna do? What is going to happen is we're going to teach the children. Right. That is the trick.
Because generational curses is what you talk. We gotta like deprogram because this goes like I said. This is before us.
Oh yes.
Generate the kids.
The break is to teach the kids the highest shit we know. And let me tell you why it's gonna work, because they've already proven that a motherfucking baby now. Not the baby, but I'm saying these youth, these very young children can learn 4 and 5 languages by the time they're 8 years old.
Right. Yeah.
If you can learn 5 languages by the time you're 8 years old, you can learn science, you can learn spirituality, you can learn all of these plants as nature and medicine and food. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We forgot our environment. We forgot that we're human and part of the earth. So we got medicine in all of these plants. We ain't gotta go no doctor. Right. We got food in all these plants. We got nutrients. We got health in all of these things that are right around us that we totally forgot about. But if we got people like Dr. Yaki, you know who Yaki is? Yeah, we got people like Dr. Yaki. He know the herbs. It's another brother named, what's his name? KT, the Arch Degree. Dr. Sebi's people, right? He know the herbs. Teach it to the babies. They going to be doctors because they going to understand the human body because they've learned that part. You see what I'm saying? All you got to do is take it through the 1st through the 8th grade. Them babies can learn all of the systems of the human body. By the 8th grade, they smart as a doctor. Then you done taught them the herbs. They know what herbs fit what system. Right. By the time they 20, ain't no more need for doctors. You see what I'm saying? We can change this shit based on what we believe. But if they tell us, niggas niggas divided, niggas like, you know what I'm saying? Right. We can change shit by what we believe. The Matrix is fucking real, bro. That movie is real. You are fucking Neo.
Right. I say we can't, like, that too, like, teach them how to be doctors in the plants. But I say we take it back to the straight ground level, like what you said. Yes, teach people teach the kids to be just good people. You know what I'm saying? Like what you said, all the don't be nickel slick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of that, man.
Yeah, hustling and what they call it. They got cool names for it. Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Swindlers, whatever. What it's another word they got for it. Finesse. That's it. That's the cool word for being off balance in your spirit.
Finesse that thing.
Yeah, finesse. That's the cool word for. I finesse the shit out that sucker MC. That ain't cool, bro. That's not for. You see what I'm saying?
That's it. That's what we got to start with.
If we don't get back to the basics of just being good, righteous-hearted people, we ain't gonna get where we supposed to go. So that is true. That is true. It's a choice. Yeah. But that basic shit, just what you said, if we don't start just being basically good again. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you see an old lady struggling, help her, motherfucker. When you want a motherfucker help your grandmama, when you want a motherfucker help your mama, when you want, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Be that. Right. Come on, dog. You be feeling it. You be feeling it in yourself. Right. Sometimes you be walking by a motherfucker and be like, man.
Motherfucker don't even talk to you. Hey, let's make eye contact and say what's up to my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fucking you don't know me. Man, I'm going to tell you, I'm from Detroit, bro. So I remember a whole fucking season I'm telling you, bro, I saw this shit fall apart. I saw the whole shit fall apart. I was born in 73. 83, I was 10 years old. So I had a consciousness by then. You know what I'm saying? So I saw crack come. I saw the world in my community before crack. I saw the motherfucking world in my community after crack. So I've seen the decline of our people. I've lived through it. And so, bro, yeah, it is a daunting task. It's a near impossible task, but it ain't impossible.
It ain't impossible.
because it's not really your task. All you got to do is certain things. Like I was talking to my cat, like, you know, he was talking about how it's different cats who got different roles in society and far as spirituality and life and shit like that. Like if a motherfucker put a hurdle in front of you, don't automatically mean he's stopping you or trying to stop you. He's saying in the spiritual realm, I believe you can jump over this.
Right.
Get your ass up over it. You're tougher than you believe. So you might see him in this world as an enemy. You understand what I'm saying? But when you overcome it, you be like, if that motherfucker would never came along, I'd never be this motherfucker. Right. You see?
You make you stronger.
Yes. Yeah. So these are the things that we got to remember when we do these things. So I'm gonna be good instead of getting for that 200 because I know I need to get this rent. I'm a trust that spirit gonna say it's gonna be another answer, bro. Don't rob him. Don't rob him. We gotta trust that.
Right.
And so that ain't got nothing to do with religion. That got to do with you and God.
Right.
The great spirit, the mother father spirit, whatever you want to call it. You can call it Jah, Allah, God, universe. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's your personal motherfucking relationship with him, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why I know it's real, because you are an individual that has life in you, and that motherfucking life is here to be expressed just like the plants and the animals, bro. Everything shows in nature to reach its full potential.
Right.
Do we reach our full potential?
That's what we should strive to do, right?
How many motherfuckers in the world we know didn't, dog? I say 95% of the fucking planet didn't reach their full potential, bro.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't that sad? Damn! Damn! I want to reach mine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want this brother to reach his. I want everybody that's alive in my time to hear my motherfucking voice to reach their full potential, because I believe the shit that comes from that is part of the kingdom on earth, bro. I feel like people ask, well, what is God's will on earth? And I know I'm talking a lot, man, but I just feel like this is part of it.
Yeah, this is a good conversation. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I feel like people ask, what is God's will on earth? And God's will on earth is that every being reaches its full potential.
Right.
Society said you're a piece of shit when you're born. So it makes it very hard for you to reach your full potential with that concept sitting in the back of your mind. Right. Because even if your parents didn't teach you that, the overall ether in the atmosphere of America and the West is that we're all sinners from birth. That's the national religions of these societies in general.
We're born sinners.
Yes. Right. And that's a hell of a fight, bro. So yeah, we you know. That's a hell of a perspective to start from, is you know what I mean? But ultimately your goal is to reach your full potential. And so, like I said, me talking about all of these things and spirituality is because people need to understand that that is relevant, bro. And you got to have a personal relationship. You got to feel it in yourself and cry about it and say, dog, I know I'm here for a reason. I don't know what the fuck the reason is. You going to either tell me or I ain't going to figure it out.
Right.
So you ask what happened, man. A homeless man walked up on me and said, you asked Allah why you were here.
So a homeless man asked you that?
Walked up on me and said that. And he said, I've been looking for you for years.
What did he say after that?
Bro, it's a whole, man, that man hung out with me probably 6 to 8 years.
Straight up?
Yes. Yes. His name was Mr. Spinner.
Okay.
I got videos on here. I've talked about it on my other channel. Yeah. So my shit was a miracle.
Right.
It was, and that's what I'm saying. It's crazy because, yo, I prayed this shit. So we go to the mosque on Friday. I'm crying like a baby. Friday, 1 o'clock. And I'm working for this company that had played me. So like I said, I'm wearing a suit and tie and the whole nine.
Right.
Doing all of this shit, jumping through the hoops, doing whatever you're supposed to do. And I'm not feeling like I'm winning in no kind of way. I'm losing, in fact. I feel, fuck, bro, this ain't life I want. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck this. Right. Yeah, so after I cried and prayed instead of taking the pills, like I said in the prayer, I was like, man, I didn't ask to come here. I don't know what the fuck you wanted when you made me. I didn't make me. I don't know what the hell is going on. I ain't digging this shit. You ain't gonna tell me why I'm here. Don't say shit about how I leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't say nothing about how I walk through this mother or how I leave. You're not gonna tell me why I'm here. Yeah. And that's what happened in them prayers. And then on Sunday night, Sunday morning, I guess about 2 a.m, a homeless man walked up on me in downtown Meridian across at this place called Homewood Suites. I was in front of it, and the homeless man walked up on me trying to sell me a watch. And I ain't had no money because that was one of the reasons I was in there crying, because my finances was backwards. Everything was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, bro, I ain't got no money, but I want to play you on the watch. Yeah. And he had like a speech impediment too. That was part of it. Talk kind of like a baby. But anyway, he trying to sell me the watch. And it's a nice ass pocket watch on a chain. I still got it. It's here. I'll show it to you one day. But anyway, I'm like, bro, that's a nice ass watch. I don't want to play you on the motherfucker. It's worth more than what I got. He like, bro, just give me what you got type shit. So I gave him $20. He give me the watch. When I take the watch, he like, I'm honored to meet you. I'm honored to be in your presence. I've been looking for you for 3 years or 6 years. I've been looking for you. I just start saying whole different shit. We talking about a watch. Next thing he talking about, I'm honored to be in your presence. Start calling me boss and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And was like, you asked Allah why you was here. And I got light. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you say, bro? Like, I ain't said it. It's just like, when he said it, and I'm looking at him like, right, motherfucker, who the fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just staring at him, and he looking at me, and he said, it's like you watching a movie, huh, boss? Bro, I had to lean on the building, like, cause it was, when he said the shit, I was so fucking tripping. It was like, this some movie shit. And he fucking said it out his mouth, bro. He said, it's like you watching a movie, huh, boss? Oh shit. Lean on the building, I'm about to fall down this for real, bro. That's what happened to me. Right. And it was because it was sincere, bro. Right. I didn't ask to come here. I hate this matrix, bro. I hate this whole setup. I hate the whole motherfucking setup. So I feel like if I'm here and you got me in this fucked up ass matrix that I call, America that we live in, the only reason you can have me here is to change it. Yeah. I'm here to change it. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm supposed to fit into this shit nowhere. Yeah. I'm not supposed to assimilate, because integration has been proven to be assimilation. It didn't solve a fucking thing for us. It created worse problems for us. Okay, the difference between integration and assimilation. Assimilation is, I need to act like white people. I need to act like a white male in order to be accepted in this society. I need to tone down my energy. I need to shave my beard. I need to, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that shit causes cognitive dissonance. Yeah. And I will not accept it. I will not. I'll fucking die broke poor man if I have to accept the matrix in order to fucking be who I am in this world. I will not do that. And so I had to go to God. Bro, you gonna have to tell me what's up, because I ain't eating that shit. Right. I'm not eating that shit, bro. I can't do that shit. Tell me something, right? You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to give me some real shit, because I'm not eating this shit, homie. This is not the pie that I came for this motherfucker to have, man. This is not the cake I want, and you're going to have to tell me why I'm here, or we're going to have a motherfucking problem. Yeah. And people say that, he's talking so disrespectful about God. Bro. No, bro.
Yeah, that's not disrespectful.
It's the level of reality that my life was at. Right. It's my story.
Right, my story. Yeah. They try to shut you down with that. Like, you being disrespectful, trying to silence you and shut you up. Like, no, man, bro. I got to figure it out. And I ain't going to figure it out being silent. You know what I'm saying?
I got to ask questions, bro. I got to ask all the questions I can ask, man. Like, I ain't even playing. Like, I've had experiences like what I just told you. That miracle. That motherfucker walked up on me and said, that's a miracle to me, bro. That's a fucking miracle. Yeah. That happened in my life. But I'm going to tell you this day, bro, when I pray, 80% of the time, I am praying for even a better connection. That's all I ask for. Look, dog, I don't care about these religions. I care about my connection to you. Talk. Let me. If motherfucker, you talk to somebody in this book, you talk to any of these motherfuckers in this book. What I gotta do to get talked to them too? I want to talk too. I want to know. I want to hear. I'm tired of playing Blues Clues, figuring out what God talking to me about.
Yeah, I can't do stories and whatnot. Like, you're right. I had to figure out what's real to me and who can I talk to.
Yeah, I need to
For
feel
real,
it, sir. I need to feel it and know that it's you and not be confused, because now how I make my decisions, bro, I might pray on some shit, I might meditate on some shit, and then after I've made a decision about it, I honestly, and this is for years, I don't have no wondering about did I make the right decision. That shit is rare now. You know what I'm saying? Like after you make a decision, you be like, damn, I want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on my decision.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make the decision unless you're gonna stand on it.
Yes, sir.
The message to that story, you know.
Yeah, but that is the base, bro. Our people just got to be right again, bro. Just and I understand how we got like that. Like, you ain't got shit. You live in the underbelly of the belly of the beast,
right.
baby.
Right.
Shit.
If it come from that? What's the sense of still chopping each other down? We supposed to be building with one another.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that.
Yes, sir. And that's where it's gonna start, because see, this is what we talk about. We talk about spirituality. So there is a voice inside to tell motherfuckers right, wrong, good, bad, do, don't.
I believe we born with that. You know how to do right. You know what I'm saying? That's base ground level. You know what I'm saying? I believe you born knowing what to do right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just in order what you choose to do. You know,
and you feel when you do wrong.
Right.
You feel it inside.
That's what I realized. Like going back to the Bible, the 10 Commandments. That looked like some base level like stuff that you're supposed to know already. Thou shalt not steal. Of course, leave that man stuff alone. Thou shalt not.
So let me tell you where I've heard this argument. We talk about the black community. I've heard this argument. We never needed the 10 Commandments. We had that. We knew that. That's our nature. Right. We are the soul people. Soul brother number one. All of that. We knew that.
Right.
The other people who were controlling us, who enslaved us, needed that book because they did not know how to act humanely.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, that shit basic.
Basic. Ground level.
But inhumane motherfucker
don't know no basics. You know what I'm saying?
What that Bible called? They say it's called basic instructions before leaving Earth. You need some more water?
Yeah, it's like a little.
Yeah. Are we good? You good? We gonna do this all live on camera? You good? You good? But yeah, that's real talk. So all of these are conversations that I've been having since I was a young man, bro, 17 years old.
Right.
And you know, God know that when a man really looking for his connection to him, it don't matter where he come through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looking for me. And if he really looking for me, God know that inside, that's true. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it don't matter what the world see or believe or think or how you get there or what approach you take. In fact, fuck them. Because all they out there is doing, the whole world is outside of you, damn near as a projection to judge you so you can have strength to prove your real connection to God. What you really believe in. What they talking about or what your connection is to what he told you.
I gotta believe what I feel.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. When I say told you, it's what you feel.
Right.
When you ask about some shit and you get an answer that's inside, and you say, damn, I got this, you know what I'm saying? And you go talk to a motherfucker outside of you, a friend, a family, a mama, a girl, and they don't vibe with it. And they don't vibe with it. That's where it comes in. That's where the real challenge of your relationship with God comes in. Because is your relationship with your girl more important? You're going to accommodate her? You're going to accommodate your mama? You're going to accommodate big homie? You know what I'm saying? Whoever, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Or is you already know what God told you, but they said, boy, that ain't this, that don't make sense, that I did that. You know? Yeah. And now you adjusting shit.
Real.
You adjusting shit because you already knew what God said, but you went and talked to a motherfucker instead of just eating it, using that energy and moving forward. You went and asked another motherfucker who God didn't talk to. Who God ain't directing in your life. Your path is your path. It ain't their motherfucking path. So they might not have no energy toward the shit you talking about.
They gonna talk about something that they going through and projected on you.
And now you like, damn, should I do that? Right. When God had already told you, but you went and took it to a motherfucker. You want to analyze it and do 2 + 2. Well, if this happens and that happens and this happens and that happens, well, let me not do that. And that's where we lose, bro. And it's because we can't trust that voice inside because who we been. That's why I say it start with just being good again. Because if you're not going to be good again, you can't trust that voice. Because that nigga like, get that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? You getting that voice. The bad guys still get that voice. You understand what I'm saying? The righteous, that's the very beginning. So that's what I'm talking about. That voice, right? Listening to that voice. So if your voice still telling you, all right, well then you understand where you're at. But then the other voice is telling you, hey man, you know that hey bro, hey. And so that's the thing. You got them voices, man. And it's who you listen to. And your mama one of the voices. You know what I'm saying? All these outside voices. But you know what your internal self saying. Now, if you don't willing to walk right on that, then don't expect nothing to step forward towards you. That's what I say. So you gotta take one step toward him, you take two towards you. Now the thing, I'm sorry, and I know I'm going overboard. The matter of how you hear God, that's the question, right? How do you know he fucking talking to you? You asked the question. Now you sitting in the universe waiting on the answer from God. How the fuck you gonna know that's true? How you know that's him? Ain't that important? Is that important to talk about?
Yeah. But that's the thing when I'm talking about like when my beliefs started being like what are you talking like what that's why I got to get to the point like what God? You know what I'm saying? It's like what answer am I waiting on? You know what I'm saying? It's like from who? You know what I'm saying? It's like I got to that point. It's like I ain't even sitting there waiting on those signs no more. It's like I'm, go just go off. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm searching for. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what I'm finna tell you. Yeah. The reason that we're having this conversation is because like I said, this is for cats who ain't never stepped into spirituality almost. Right? Cats, so me and your conversation is gonna hit other motherfuckers in a different way, right? So first you gotta stop being a bad guy, right? Thugging out, proud of your crimes, proud of the negatives.
No, what you just said was first you got to go to the ground level of just doing and being good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
people know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
people know what they're doing.
Yes, sir. And then so the question after that is, okay, all right, now I'm gonna just be good. Then that means trust God, right? Where the fuck is God? Who is God? We ain't talking about no religion. We ain't talking about none of that. You can name what you want to. That's why I say you can call him universe, you can call him mother God, you can call him father God, you can call him great spirit. That's what the Indian motherfuckers called him. You know what I'm saying? You can call him universe, you can call it the divine matrix, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But know that there is a power that decided for you to be in existence.
Right.
Do you believe that's true? You in existence, how you get here? Okay, so if you willing to believe that, accept that, right?
Right.
Then you got to be able to understand that this motherfucker can hear you somehow or interact with you somehow, right? And so what is a prayer? What is a meditation? What is these kind of things that motherfuckers talk about, praying and hearing God's voice and listening and all of this shit? So it's really not hearing all ways. Sometimes it is hearing. But how can you hear? I'm going to tell you, this is a test. Please, everyone, try this motherfucker at home. Please try this at home. Like they say, please don't try this at home. Please try this at home, okay? This is a test. This is how you test God. They say test the spirit. If you really want to know how to test God, go alone. Go away from everybody where you know ain't a motherfucker heard a thing you thinking or saying or crying or whatever you got going on in you that's deep. Right? It's some deep shit. Everybody got some deep shit. We ain't figured it out. We want to, your mama didn't do right. Something to cry about. Something that's that level deep. That's all I'm saying. To take it to the deepest level you can take it to. Because you're going to get an answer that will convince you of what the fuck is true about God and his existence and how he can't interact with you. Get the deepest shit you can think of and go pray about it. Go pray about it. Get alone so the emotions move. So you can cry damn near about it. Shit hurts so deep. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bring that shit all the way up. Take that issue and say, if you're real, prove yourself to me. Right? Prove yourself to me. Talk to me. Share with me. Show with me. Give me some proof. Right? Ask. But then don't be a dumbass.
Right.
You've asked the question of an unseen force that is in the universe, and God will use any and everything in the universe to talk to you. Now you have to trust what is happening inside. I've asked God a question of the universe. I asked a question to the universe. God, whoever the fuck it is, he, she, blah, 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 right? Names, whatever fuck, right? I've asked. The only way I'm gonna really be able to get an answer is to be listening. Now I have to be listening and looking.
Right.
So you kind of got to turn other shit down. You can't just go do everything that you used to do now. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, that's what it is. You can't just keep fucking moving around doing everything that you used to do. You kind of You know, anything that ain't necessary, don't do. Just chill the fuck out and wait on that answer to a degree. Not saying don't do your life, but you understand what I'm saying. Let's not go party. Let's not go freak with the girl. Let's not go, you know what I'm saying, get drunk. You see what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up and listen for this answer and just wait.
Reel it back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. 100, right? And when you do, remember you listening, right? And God will hit your ass with an answer. It's going to come through the radio. It's going to come through the TV. It's going to come when you go over your homeboy house. You're going to step in the door. The motherfucking TV going to say blah, 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 blah. And your spirit going to be like, Bink. And you're going to be like, damn, is that God? Was that motherfucker just answered the question I've been asking. Right. You're going to walk by a motherfucker in the grocery store, hear two people talking. They going to say it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's how it happens. God will use any and everything in the universe to give you that answer, but you got to be listening for it. And when it comes, don't look at it as coincidence. Yeah. If you look at it as coincidence, you off the fucking path. You right back in the matrix.
Yeah, you ain't even trying to receive what you asked for.
You asked the question. That nigga gave you an answer. Okay? He gave you an answer. You walked by, you heard it. That motherfucker said, that. Don't nobody in the universe know that you thinking about this thing because you asked it. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now you run to it in the radio, you run to it in the motherfucking store, you run to it over your boy house. Just some random movement in life, you hear that answer. Right. Trust that is God. Okay? Trust that is spirit. Trust that is universe. Trust that is divine mate. Trust that is your answer. Move on it.
Move on it, right?
Move on it. Yes, sir. And if you move on it, another thing gonna happen that's gonna let you know, oh shit. Shit.
I'm on the right path now. You know what I'm saying?
God bless. This was a valuable conversation. That is exactly how, yes. Then you realize, damn, I'm on the right path. Some shit happening here.
Yeah, right.
So yes, it's real. And that's what you've experienced, right?
Yeah. I'm experiencing it currently right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I'm over here. Like, this ain't no accident.
Yes.
You know, having this conversation. You know, I feel like I'm on my current you know,
spiritual path,
like currently, right now, you
yes,
know,
sir.
And you know, and it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's like life.
This where that shit they call faith come in,
right?
It's, you know, like you said, all this shit is religious terminology because that's how we understand it.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with no religion, but this is where faith come in. You know, you doing right.
Right.
That's all you. I'm doing right. I'm gonna keep every fucking day and just listen for the signs and wait. So this is my theory about like how motherfuckers like Freud and Einstein and Tesla became great minds, bro. They didn't have all the distractions.
Right.
They could sit with just back in the day. They ain't had TVs, cars, radios. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These motherfuckers was back in the time where it's just horses and quiet times and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they could use their mind way more differently than we do. We constantly, especially black folks, we constantly trying to survive. So you never, you hardly ever get to think deep. You know what I'm saying? Deep philosophical perspectives that might be of how the world really set up. You know what I'm saying? That shit is rare. And so I've had that opportunity, but you know, that shit was at a cost. I ain't getting no money. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm poor man like everybody else now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that ain't really a concern for me. I don't really consider myself poor. I feel like it's just a redirection of attention.
That's how we program. You can't eat no books, man.
Yeah.
Can't eat no books.
Exactly. So yeah. So one of the things that I'm on is to prove to the world that watch my spirituality bring financial abundance. Right. That's what I'm finna prove. Because no, I'm not eating your matrix, bro. I'm not going into your matrix to do shit to get the money out. No, I'm going to live walking this spiritual shit, and I'm gonna pull that shit in any way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's a proof. That's a task of my spiritual walk. You see what I'm saying? That is one of my motherfucking tasks. Cause I can't go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I'm at now too. It's like I'm trying to free my mind, break the shackles of, you know, just what I've been accustomed to, you know, because it wasn't working for me. And now I'm at the point now in my life, like I need to do what's working for me.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, because I can't, like you say, you only got one life.
And we don't know how long we got, like you said.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm 51. My father died at 52. So meeting my brothers, I told you last summer, all of them like, yeah, that's the thing, bro. You got to get past 52.
Right.
the fuck? So my thing is this. It ain't like I really believe it, but the fact that they said it, it's sitting in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make your whatever you here for happen. And this is the thing, bro. Like I said, if you got like they say, too many people die with their song still inside of them.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's my regret. That's my fear, bro. To die, be sick and shit. Like, damn, I wish I had tried this, or I should have did this, or I could have been that.
Right. Like, why leave it on the table? Like, I want to leave, and I have nothing left on the table, man. I want to empty my clip before I leave up out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fuck, I want to take with me. And shit, right. I think I came to leave it here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't take it with you.
Yeah, I want it. Yeah, bro. And so that's the vision, man. And I think the sad fact of what we as Black people in America go through is all of this programming, bro. It's heavy, deep programming. And it starts from slavery. It goes into your family's roots because your parents teach you to calm the fuck down and not fight back against injustice and inequality and just shut up and accept it and hope that God will fix it and all. You know what I'm saying? All these bullshits, bro. And so the mental strife that you have to come from under. But then when I speak to my highly intelligent or highly consciously spiritual friends, they like, you chose this shit. So when you think you chose this shit, then you must say that the Black people who come from under that shit to get to the higher consciousness of spirituality must be some extreme motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? Because look at all of the shit you got to come from under to imagine that higher version of you.
Right. Yeah.
So I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I love you. I salute you on your path, brother.
Good conversation, man.
Yeah.
Like anytime, man. We can keep it going. You know, this ain't no one and done, man. We can keep on talking about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I salute you on your path, bro. So before we get out of here, I wonder, is it anything else you wanted to share? Is it any questions you have or
like I said, we got more episodes coming, man. Like this probably just the beginning. You know what I mean?
Intro.
So good intro. So it's like
okay.
Like, I do got some music coming out. Misery Love Company that's coming out next month. That's spiritual to me. So I'm getting a whole lot of just stuff off my chest. You know what I mean? So everybody, like I'm gonna put links and stuff out there. Y'all just stay tuned for that.
Yes,
sir. So that's what I'm on, man. So we got more content coming for y'all, man.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it. Once again, we are about to wrap it up. I just wanted to make sure the brother got all that he wanted out and shared his initial interview. But like he said, there's more to come. We're going to get together in the future and make some more things happen. He don't know, but I'm quite lyrical in my own in my own path. So it might be a little musical collab coming out here, y'all. Right. So we ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. We did, over an hour interview, and we got a little wild with it. But I think it was necessary to kind of vent that out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I swear, it's like that's, and like I said, we gotta just keep doing this, man, because like the things we were talking about, people need to hear what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, I think we're gonna keep this going.
Because if nothing else, it sparks, that initial thought, like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me
think like I think.
Let me ponder this.
I ain't think about it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. And so I appreciate it 100%. Like I said, I salute this brother. Hats off, as I always do. Anybody on the spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? And God bless to everybody on the spiritual path. And if there's ever anything that I can do to help you with that, y'all know where I'm at. All of my information is somewhere along this page, and you could probably link with me by that method. But as I always say, all roads lead to spirit. So one love, fam. Peace.